Well, guys, we haven't been here in a while. This is Ruidoso, New Mexico on a, what day? Thursday. And about 10:15 a.m. Temperature shows to be right now 55 degrees. Elevation in this area ranges anywhere from 7,500 to about 8,000 feet. Gasoline prices are $3.49 a gallon at that station right there, which doesn't surprise me one bit. But yeah, we're going to go through the downtown shopping district so we can see, and then you'll also get a good look at Sierra Blanca, the mountain with a white top. That's why they call it Sierra Blanca, because Blanca means white in Spanish. Sierra means mountain, white mountain. How about that? So now if the red light will just change, we'll go. 1, 2, 3, red light. 2, 3, 4, green light. But anyway, guys, I'm still on my little day trip here, and yeah, it's pretty damn nice. I'm quite contented with this new lifestyle, the first day trip. And yeah, it's been pleasant coming through the mountains and the forest and all the stuff. So thank you, red light. But yeah, I'm going to turn here and you'll see Sierra Blanca in the background there. And since we're going to be going right at it, yeah, there's a ski resort there called Ski Apache. And for those of you that ski, speed limit's 25, but I believe I'm probably the only person going that speed. Downtown Ruidoso, New Mexico on April the 11th, I think, Thursday, 2024, early or mid-morning. Some of the shops are probably open. This is not quite the season yet. Give it till June the 1st for the season to be fully going and all the stores and stuff open and all the sales going on. And yeah, we're just going to cruise right through the heart of it, come out the other side and go to Capitan so I can get me some pork tips. I guess if they have them. Sometimes they do. Well, I'm glad they're getting all this, quote, road destruction out of the way before the peak season. I can smell the tar. You know, that's quite a trick, making a new smooth road. My son works for a company that does road and bridge construction in Texas. Very large company. And yeah, they do some amazing stuff. It just feels different not having an RV and not thinking about, well, where am I going to park my RV or where am I going to camp? You know, it just occurred to me. I was thinking about, well, I'll run by Rob Jagger's, the BLM campground, but hold on, Rusty, you don't have an RV anymore. I mean, you know, you don't need to look for hookups, you know, full hookups or partial hookups or whatever. This is an interesting day to be here with this road construction, and there's no hippie from the 60s carrying a backpack. You know, this is actually pretty damn narrow here. Uh, on this side, this road, if a big old truck would have some problems, because my car is certainly not wide, and we're taking up the whole space. It says no on-street parking. Well, I can understand that. And they have a lot of those, I don't know what you call them, like off-road vehicle rentals here. There's one on the left that looks like he's got about 50 of them. Must be quite profitable, you know. I don't, maybe in season it is. Ruidoso Rent-A-Car, how about that one? We're getting close to the downtown shopping area, or the place where people park and walk. There's Rusty Balls parts store. That's what it's called. Rusty Balls. And there's a cannabis shop. Marijuana is legal in New Mexico now, and you can, if you choose to, buy you a few ounces and roll you a blunt. I never understood why it was illegal. Well, I mean, I kind of did, but here's a gas station here on the left that wants some business. When that's $3.49 for regular unleaded. Why don't they just say $3.50 and let it go? Okay, whoops, now we're in the speed bumps. Speed limit's 25, and this guy behind me is in a hurry. So I'm going 25. But you know, you shouldn't speed here for sure. Well, there's not too many tourists here now, but in the season, these tourists that are walking around here, they're not watching out for you, man. I mean, they're not, they may just walk out across the street, you know. Why? Because they're on vacation. They don't know where they are. You know, kids particularly will do it. I need to get over in this another lane. And that's another thing they'll do here on this street, even during the peak season. They'll stop here and unload stuff for these stores. And boy, will the traffic back up. There's the Quarters Nightclub and Grill. I think that's one of Levi's spots. There's a way to avoid this. You can go, can't remember the name of the road, but it's something Canyon Road. I may think of it in a second. All these names aren't coming back to me easily. But it is a beautiful place, and in the summers, you know, when the temperature here in Texas is 105, and you come here and it's 75 and low humidity, it's quite enjoyable for all the people from the south where it's really hot and humid. In fact, this basically becomes an extension of Texas in the summers, because it's not that far from El Paso to here. I can tell you how far it is from Alamogordo on my deal here. It's 51.2 miles from my place in Alamogordo to where we are right now. And it took me 1 hour and 17 minutes driving 55 miles an hour. Now, these little speed humps here, they're not real bad, but they do kind of let you know. Is that a cottonwood tree there with those white blooms? Huh? I'm not sure, but they're pretty. Now, if you go straight, you go to Upper Canyon. You got to go right up here to go to Capitan. And that's the way we going. I saw gasoline on the Mescalero Apache Reservation for $3 a gallon. So that's where we're going to stop on the way back. Even though I won't need much, at 60 miles to the gallon plus, I should be doing okay. There's an RV park right down here on the right, just right by this river here, up here a little ways. Yeah, there's so many places you can stay here right near the downtown area. In an RV or a cabin either. You know, they got them all over the place. We're going up, we're climbing now. I hear my little motor going putting a little bit. Brings back a lot of good memories here in Ruidoso, and more to come in Capitan, I hope. And we'll let this go for a while. We'll get out on the road to Capitan and get through the mountains, because it's a pretty drive once you get through the town here and get in the mountains going towards Capitan. Even though the elevation of Capitan is almost the same as Ruidoso, it's not in the forest. You know, it's not heavily forested at all. You know, in Ruidoso, you know, you can get some forest fires in here periodically, and a lot of smoke. The fire is one thing, the smoke's, I see some smoke there. Off to the left, looks like they got a fire now. They do. They sure do. I can't say much about it, but it is a forest fire, a small one. Or maybe they're doing one of those controlled burns. They do that every now and then when the wind is calm, or they think it's going to be calm. But $3.49 a gallon for regular unleaded seems to be the price here. Well, it's a prescribed burn. I saw the sign. So that's what it is. Sometimes those prescribed burns by the Forest Service get away from them. You know, the wind picks up and they didn't anticipate it, and you got a mess. Yeah, the name of that canyon I was thinking about was Gavilan Canyon, because a couple of years ago they had a forest fire that went right through that canyon, and the winds were blowing 60 miles an hour or up to 80 miles an hour, and the forest fire was moving right along with that. So there's not much you can do as a fireman when you've got a forest fire moving at 60 miles an hour. You can get out of the way. I need to get over in this another lane here. But yeah, that's we've pretty much seen all of Ruidoso downtown now. That convention center and golf course area over there on the right, if you go down there on a drive, if you're here, it's pretty nice. It's pretty out there. It's a public golf course called the Links. Have I ever played there? No. I went walking there a couple of times. See, whenever I try to move over, this car doesn't want to let me do it. See, it jerks me around. See, that is not good. And it's supposed to be easy to turn off, but every time I punch the button, it doesn't turn off. So I'll have to go by the Toyota. Well, I can look it up in the owner's manual, same thing. Yeah, you can feel that you're in the elevation, because not only do my ears pop, but I can feel that my head is a little lighter, you know? I mean, but if you take deep breaths and drink some fluids, it's kind of like flying on an airplane. It helps. But unfortunately, it used to be you could take bottled water on airplanes, but, you know, I don't know what's gone crazy, you know? Well, there's a gas station for $3.45 a gallon. Big deal. Thursday morning, Ruidoso, New Mexico. I'm not sure when this will come up. It'll probably be in the middle of the week, next week, whenever. But it doesn't matter, you know. We're just trying out my new lifestyle by cruising around in my new car and seeing how this is going to work. Oh, you know, I have to tell you this. You'll love this. I got my pee jug with me, and I actually figured out a way by practicing in my driveway at home, at my home base, or my home now, to scooch up in the seat and use the pee jug. Is that nice? Hell yeah, it is. Yeah, I think it's neater than shit, you know? Yeah, I mean, you know, it's not something I would want to do all the time, but, you know, for those moments when a old guy like me is kind of caught, it is very handy. But yeah, you can do it. You just have to practice. You know, well, or I don't know about practice. You just have to do it a couple of times, and you know, it'll only take you a couple of mistakes to figure out what you got to do. I know they make stuff for truck drivers that you know, you can pee while you're driving, and I could probably do that here, but I don't fool with that. I don't think. So now we're really going up in the elevations here. Ears popping and all kind of stuff. I drove up the mountain to ski Apache a couple of times, and we ain't doing that anymore because it's a little two-lane road with no guardrail most of the way, unless they've added it. Yeah, we'll let this go till we get through these mountains here. It's pretty, isn't it? I mean, the mountains and the forest. I mean, and the air is so fresh. You know, I mean, you just breathe all the way down to your toes. You know. Yeah, I figured that Tasty Take knew something I didn't. It says right lane ends. Tasty cake, baked fresh. I can imagine. This is pretty, isn't it? To me. I want to check this Alto restaurant out up here on the right. Yeah, there's Gavilan Canyon Road coming up, and there's a restaurant right at this intersection, and it's Alto Cafe, I think, but it's always packed. It's not too bad today. I guess that's not a good time. It's 10:30. But here we go to Capitan. Damn, I'm telling you, this is good. I mean, you know, yeah, and I'm thinking about all kinds of stuff. Well, my mind's on a whole new path now. I mean, I'm opening windows everywhere, man. Yeah, I'm going down the new road here in my mind. You know, things I can do and possibilities and stuff. And yeah, the thing that really makes it and might help me in even more is the fact that it's a 2 hour drive to the airport in El Paso, you know, so that opens up, you know, a lot of things there, you know, flying different places, not all the time, I mean, but, you know, maybe, you know, twice a year, go somewhere for a week, you know, and I can do that. Yeah, I can do that, you know, and yeah, it'd be fun, you know, flying on an airplane. I guess we'll try it at some point and see how it works. You know, I have to learn how to do the drill. I need to get my passport. I'm going to do some traveling to the islands in the Caribbean, and yeah, Grand Cayman. And I've mentioned that in another video, but it's a beautiful place. You know, you got Grand Cayman, then you got Cayman Brac, which is a little island in the chain, and of course there's all the others, you know, you can go to. I mean, I'm not just, and then there's the islands off the coast of Mexico. You got Cozumel, and of course the beach of Cancun, and yeah, so you know, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, it opens up a whole world. You know, I mean, could I take a trip to Europe? I could. Do I want to? I don't know. I don't know where I would want to go. You know, it'd be kind of expensive, but you know, I'm not trying to save any money now. And yeah, if I died, spent my last penny, I'd be fine with me. Well, anyway, guys, we'll go a little bit further here, let you enjoy these mountains as we exit Alto and Ruidoso. For those of you that don't know, Alto in Spanish means stop. When you see a stop sign in Mexico, it says Alto. if you take a right up here, that'll take you to Fort Stanton and Rob Jagger's BLM in Fort Stanton, the park there, wherever they got. Okay, we'll get over this mountain, and then we will there's a RV park there. You know, it's funny, I still notice RV parks and RVs. I guess I'll do that forever. Speed limit's 45, I'm going 45, and I guess everybody else is going 80. We'll get over this mountain here and we'll say goodbye to this video. Right lane ends. You know, and an RV, that's not what you want to see sometimes, because sometimes you're in a lot of traffic and it's not hard to move a 30-foot RV over. So, let's see. Well, anyway, thumbs up, guys. Carpe diem. Adios. Bye-bye. Buy anything you want anytime. But if you think about it, use the link to Amazon products in the description of all of my videos, or most of them. Doesn't cost you a penny. Just click on the link, go to Amazon, and buy what you want to buy. Yeah, this is a pretty little curvy road here. We'll finish these S curves here through the mountains, and then I'll end it. Isn't that pretty? Cutimus. Yeah, you come from the pretty much flatlands around Alamogordo. Of course, you got the Sacramento Mountains there, but the town itself is kind of in the flatlands, I guess you'd say. Yeah, for those of you watching this, you probably get car sick. I'm telling you. But the good thing is, when you leave Ruidoso in an electric vehicle, you coast all the way to Capitan. You know, that's what bumps your mileage up when you're running on EV or electric. So anyway, guys, enjoy your life the best way you can. And if you choose to travel, that's your choice. Adios, folks. Bye-bye.